Economics. Economics of inequality and poverty.
Identify some further causes of economic inequality and poverty, explaining in each case how inequality or poverty are created or worsened. Economic inequality and poverty arise from a combination of market forces, institutional factors, and socioeconomic disparities. Below is an analysis of key causes. 1. Differences in human capital. People with lower education and skills are likely to earn less. Poor health also reduces productivity and employability. Low human capital translated to low income, meaning limited access to further education or healthcare, continuing the cycle. 2. Ownership of resources. Those who inherit or acquire assets like land or stocks generate income from rent, interest, or dividends. Others rely solely on labor income, which is often unstable or insufficient. Lack of asset ownership leads to wealth inequality and persistent poverty. For example, in the U.S., the top 10% own 89% of stocks, benefiting from capital gains. 3. Discrimination. Women and minority groups often receive lower pay and face higher unemployment. Discrimination reduces access to jobs, education, and political power, reinforcing inequality. For example, in South Africa, apartheid legacy still affects certain citizens' access to high-paying jobs. 4. Government tax and transfer policies. If tax systems are regressive, the burden falls disproportionately on the poor. Lack of social protection such as unemployment benefits or pensions worsens poverty among vulnerable groups. For example, Brazil's pre-2000s tax system taxed the poor proportionally more than the rich. 5. Technological change. Automation replaces low-skilled workers but increases demand for high-skilled workers. This raises wages for some and leads to structural unemployment for others, worsening inequality. For example, U.S. factory workers displaced by robots often transition to lower-paying service jobs. 6. Globalization. Increased competition from lower-wage countries can depress wages in developed countries. Offshoring may reduce domestic demand for low-skilled workers. For example, Mexican farmers impoverished by competition from subsidized U.S. agricultural imports. 7. Market-based supply-side policies. Deregulation, weakening trade unions, and reducing minimum wages may increase firm profits but often reduce income security for workers. For example, UK's 1980s union restrictions led to top 1% income share rising from 6% to 14%. 8. Geographic isolation. People in remote areas may lack access to jobs and public services, leading to structural poverty. 9. Unemployment. Especially long-term or structural unemployment reduces income, and unemployment benefits may be insufficient. For example, Spain's youth unemployment rate, approximately 30% in 2023, fuels intergenerational poverty. 10. Poverty trap. The poverty cycle reinforces long-term poverty, particularly in developing countries.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for such educational videos.